And there was this huge breakthrough that was found where researchers, they claim that they found a material that can perform much better than silicon in semiconductors, which is pretty incredible. So the story with this is that they had a team of researchers from MIT, University of Houston, and a few other institutions where they were testing this semiconductor material called cubic boron arsenide. I know, right? Cubic boron arsenide. And basically they're testing the properties of this material and use as a semiconductor. And the results that they've found have been very encouraging. And they're arguing that it has high mobility to both electrons and holes and also has excellent thermal conductivity, which is integral for semiconductors, right? Because it's just all about transflowing electrical currents to power the device or to power chips for whatever you need. So it's very interesting because this guy, who was one of the lead researchers, he actually was accused of being a part of the CCP, which is fucking crazy when you think about it. I believe his name is Gang Chen, and he was accused of being a part of the CCP, and now all of a sudden he's claiming that he's sort of made this great breakthrough. So early experiments showed that the thermal conductivity of cubic boron arsenide is almost 10 times greater than that of silicon. And this is what the guy Chen goes on to say. He says it also showed that the material has a very high band gap, which is a property that gives it great potential as a semiconductor material. So this is pretty interesting stuff. I mean, obviously there's a major bottleneck with electronics right now, and that's really stemming from sort of this semiconductor situation where a lot of them are made and manufactured in Taiwan or in mainland China, and there's been a lot of bottlenecks. People are obviously concerned about China invading Taiwan. There's a lot of political risk. So if they can figure out a way to do this, this is going to be huge. Like, this is going to affect companies like Tesla. This is going to affect companies like Apple, Nvidia. Pretty much every single major electronics manufacturer or electric car company is going to be greatly affected by this. So it remains to be seen, but my main thing is this. Now that we've heard about this and it seems that the results have been promising, can we find companies that are heavily investing into this, or is this something that is so new that there aren't really any companies that are positioned to take advantage of this? Yeah, that's definitely a major concern. It kind of came out of the blue, and now, this guy's like, hey, I have this major breakthrough after he was accused. The timing is very suspect, to say the least. Now, the other thing I feel like I should mention is that the research itself was supported by the U.S. Office of Naval Intelligence, and it was used by facilities of MIT's MRSEC Shared Experimental Facilities, which was supported by the National Science Foundation. So these are all big name accredited institutions with like a great deal of validity. So it'll be very interesting to see kind of how we proceed and what really stems from this. Now, another thing too, though, is like I was saying in the past, is that China,
Well,
they
that's
like to play a
dangerous.
lot of, they
You
like
said
to,
you said he was part of the Naval Intelligence Group. He had clearance.
well, it says the research was supported by the Naval Intelligence Group.
Yeah, that's extremely dangerous if he's actually a spy. That's each branch of the services has their own intelligence groups, and they work in cohorts with like the NSA and the CIA and such. So that's extremely worrisome.